network. Well, those were the headlines we've been tracking for you this evening on What's Brewing Today. Chennai-based Deeptech startup Fabheads, founded by ex-ISRO engineers, has raised $10 million in a Series A round led by Accel. The company is one of just 7 globally and the only one from India to automate the complex process of continuous fiber composite manufacturing with transformative applications across aerospace, mobility, defense and clean energy. The fresh capital will be used to ramp up manufacturing facility, expand the leadership team and strengthen client-facing engineering and R&D divisions. Joining me now to talk about what's next at Fabheads is its founder and CEO, Dinesh Kanagaraj. Dinesh, welcome to Startup Street. Now, Fabheads is, like I mentioned, one of only 7 companies globally and the only one from India to automate continuous fiber composite manufacturing. What is the core innovation that sets your, tech apart? What kind of efficiency gains or performance improvements are you delivering?
Pleasure to be part of the show, Shruti. Today, if you see easily more than 85% of fiber composite parts, be it drones, performance bicycle F1 cars, jet planes, or even extremely large wind turbine blades, these are all completely made by manual manufacturing process. So at Fabheads, we have developed a completely new process called adaptive toe placement, ATP. And this is something that we have procured patents, not just in India, but across Europe, USA, Japan, and several countries. So this is actually the key process innovation that allows us to handle the automation. So this essentially significantly reduces the manpower involved by at least 80% and also increases the speed of production in a very big way.
Dinesh, carbon fiber is hard to work with. So tell us, how are your systems addressing challenges around precision, material wastage, and high rejection rates, issues that even global giants struggle with?
It most definitely is, Shruti. So you are very right. Because, as I said, currently most of the manufacturing is done very manually, there is a very high unreliability in the overall sector itself. And depending on the complexity of the parts, see some simpler parts in automotive to extremely complex parts in aerospace, the rejections can be just as low as 1% to even sometimes as high as 15%. And this is incredibly high wastage. And that is where our ATP process comes in. And because it is a completely automated manufacturing process, it increases precision and speed in a very drastic manner. We have been able to demonstrate that our processes have been able to reduce rejections by at least 20%, and even in very complex stages, like even rejections by of the order of 50% actually, and also reducing the material wastage and cost in a very big way.
Okay, let's get to the fundraise now. You recently raised $10 million in Series A led by Accel with plans to set up a larger facility in Bengaluru. What kind of capacity are you targeting and which sectors are you prioritizing as you scale?
Yeah. Today, the largest mission that we have in our facility is about 1.5 meter. And that kind of limits the size of parts that we could cater to our clients. So moving forward, we are looking at building missions that can cater up to 5-meter parts within the next year and up to 15-meter size parts within the next 2 to 3 years, sort of. And that is kind of caters to a large number of aerospace and defense grade parts, essentially. And moving forward, we are also looking at catering into shipping, biomedical, and other sectors as well.
All right. And Dinesh, the timing couldn't be better. India's composites market, pegged at $1.8 billion, is set to touch $2.8 billion by 2030. Also, with the government now backing domestic carbon fiber production and targeting $10 billion in technical textiles exports under the PLI scheme and National Technical Textiles Mission, how is Fabheads positioning itself, especially in aerospace and mobility?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there has been extensive policy support in India towards increasing manufacturing work and also in and around Make in India related various initiatives. And all this has been extremely helpful for us as an ex-startup, and we are more than happy to ride the wave as it helps us push much faster. Especially in aerospace also, actually, we are seeing a lot of global players increasing their foothold in India and increase the amount of components that they procure from India. Earlier, these used to be primarily procured from China and several other countries, but the percentage that is being imported from India has been drastically increasing. And even the Boeing has set up their final assembly line for helicopters now. And like this, we are expecting more such developments in India, and which we are willing to take more than enough push out of it. Yeah.
All right. With the fresh funds raised, Dinesh, you're also looking to expand your leadership and R&D teams. Tell us more about the roadmap for the next 12 to 18 months. What are the hiring plans, global ambitions, and revenue targets that you've set for yourself?
Yeah. So we are going to be mostly focused on quickly setting up our large-scale facility in Bengaluru right now, and also showcasing its capabilities to the larger aerospace community across the world. And we'll be participating in multiple events showcasing the capabilities. And there are a lot of other capabilities that we have not yet revealed to the world, which we are very excited to showcase in the coming months. And yes, we are looking at hiring a lot of engineers working on these very high tech that we are working on, as well as the sales team to start growing very international very quickly. And so in terms of numbers, we are looking to grow at least 50x in terms of our revenue in the next 2 years.
50x growth. Okay. Dinesh, beyond aerospace, which other sectors are seeing the strongest demand for your technology? Where do you see the biggest growth opportunities?
So carbon fiber is becoming extremely adaptive. Like people have been starting to use this in luxury arts now, and slowly it is becoming more use case even in cargo ships. So shipping is definitely seeing a very big rise in adopting these materials. Locomotives, another use case, like the lighter the locomotives, the more fuel efficient and the more faster it is going to be. And also biomedical, like titanium is slowly being replaced with carbon fiber as a preferred material for implants. And like this, so carbon fiber is greatly changing the way the engineering world works. And the biggest problem for it has been the cost and how things are being produced.
Sure.
And what we are doing right now in terms of automation is going to make that adoption that much more faster.
All right. Lastly, Dinesh, do you envision Fabheads as a long-term made in India deep tech success story, one that could eventually go public? Is that a long-term vision?
Absolutely. So we definitely wish to go all the way. We believe what we are building is going to have an insanely positive effect across the world in making a more sustainable Earth. And we wish to play a very big role for it across the decades and not just a few years.
All right, Dinesh, on that note, it's time for me to wrap up our conversation. Many thanks for joining us on Startup Street today, and wish you the very best for all your growth plans.